In Tamworth, and one of the first things that hits you when you walk into the massive auditorium is the great stand here for the Classic Ladies Foundation. I am joined by Carolyn McNebb. Lucky I got it right, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
Firstly, beautiful stand you guys got set up. It's a very important cause, and there's a really good story, I suppose, behind it. But how long has the Ladies Foundation been going for?
Paul, this is our 7th year with the foundation. It's been so well received over the years. Mark Barton got a group of us together to sort of more formalise the charity around this event and put some like-minded women together from across Australia, and we've built on it over the last 7 years.
And Beck Sim's with us as well. Now, you're a junior ambassador, or a ladies... Is it a junior ambassador or...?
Young ambassador.
Same sort of thing, but yeah, young ambassador. And how long have you been a part of the Ladies Foundation?
Well, this is actually my second time doing the Young Ambassador Quest, so I'm not necessarily as part of the Classic Ladies themselves, but doing the quest, this is my second time, and yeah, here to have some fun.
And you enjoying it?
I love it, yeah. So we've been doing lots of helping out with the selling raffle tickets, doing some fundraising, doing the flag bearing overnight for the finals, supporting the Classic Ladies and Nutrient, and yeah, just trying to get the awareness out for our charities this year.
I have a lot of questions. The young ambassadors, do you guys select them, or how does that come about, or do people put their name in the hat?
Application nomination that you can get on. You do it online. So each year we have two ladies, Julie McNaughton and Christine Jones, who do the young ambassadors, and there's a application process that they go through, and then those two ladies polish them through to have them come here and show them their way. So it's only been this is our 4th year with the Young Ambassadors, and it's all about introducing ladies into foundations and charities and working environment and embellishing them within our Camp Draft Association.
Which is what it's all about in a way, isn't it? Because it was actually formulated because there was a lot of ladies, there was a lot of people getting asked for stuff and all the rest, and that's why Bardo came. This is sort of the next step, isn't it?
Yeah, and hopefully our successors too. I mean, we're all older ladies, and we hope we're going to be around for a while yet. We're not ready to hand it over, but trying to make sure that there is a succession plan as well.
That's pretty key. Like I said, I didn't know that, and I think that's really cool, and it would have to have a little bit of prestige, and I'm going to ask Beck that in a minute, but the girls who get asked to do it, they must be really rapt.
Yeah, well, it's not actually that they're asked or approached. They actually apply for it. So, and I think the good idea with that is that the ladies that do apply for it want to do it. So you're not going up and tapping somebody on the back and saying, hey, what about young? I'm not sure if I do or I don't, and what have you. It leaves it up to them, and the girls who want to come along are the more successful.
Yeah, and must mean a lot to apply. Like, you've done it twice now. You had a year off in between. I don't know why. Like, it was something about a child's birth or something like that?
Yeah, so I do have 2 little kids, Harry and Heidi. Harry's 1 actually this week, and I was pregnant with Heidi when I did it the first time. But for me this year, there was a couple of reasons why I applied. I'm actually the representative for the SCA, which is our Southern Camp Draft Association. So I'm not only representing myself in the Young Ambassador Quest, I'm actually representing our Camp Draft Association. And another reason for me to apply was being a young mum, showing, there's lots of us around here at Tamworth, that it's possible. We aren't just the mums that have got to sit over there, look after our kids. We can help these amazing ladies raise awareness and raise funds for the charities. And I think Carolyn was right in saying that the ones that have applied are the ones that really want to be involved. And the Classic Ladies, to me, are every single one of those women. We were in a mentoring session yesterday, and listening to them and what they do and what they have to do to get this off the ground, and all the background stuff is absolutely incredible. And I don't think, and I didn't either, probably realise what goes on behind the scenes. These ladies are amazing, and they are who I and who lots of women look up to from 100%. Like, that is... It's so true. You ask anyone out there and they'll say, we want to be like the Classic Ladies Foundation.
Is it something for you in the future to be a part of it?
Yeah, I would love to be, and I love helping out. I help out a lot of our local camp drafts. I'm a secretary for a draft at home. I help the SCA as much as I can, and to be a part of these ladies in the future would be amazing. I would love to be.
That's great, the mentorship, the finding out what's going on behind the scenes as well. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And look, like Carolyn is in charge of all the financial side of things. We learnt that, Tony Hart does the research for each found like the charities that we do each year, and the research and background history that they look into is insane, and people, you just don't realise that, like what goes into behind the scenes to get this happening in Tamworth. It's huge. So yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, no, it is huge, and I encourage everyone to come and check this place out because it is just phenomenal. The people here are phenomenal. The comradeship is terrific as well, isn't it? It means a lot. And I would imagine something like this helps as well because ladies have somewhere to be a part of if they're not interested in riding the horses and that, to come and actually give them something to do here.
For sure. Although most of us are drafters, or our husbands are as well. But yes, it does. But it's just, Beck was saying too, we're so unique. I mean, there was 9 of us originally, and we don't see a lot of each other throughout the year. We speak a lot, and COVID's done wonderful things and made us Zoom now, which is fabulous thing. So we do see a little bit more of each other that way. But we've all got different skill sets, and we were just cherry-picked, I suppose, by Bardo to get this up and going. And we have a great deal of respect for each other. It's an amazing little group. It really is.
Now, we said there before, Beck said there before about raising money for charity. When you see your colours, and I'll say this now, I was a little bit of, pink, it's obviously for breast cancer and the likes. It's not that actually, and I love it. The pink is just, that's the colour of the ladies committee.
Correct, so the pink is just our background colour, but all the colours, especially in our merchandise and our caps and that we do each year, are the colours of that charity. And Gail Shan does she's our design stylist. She does all the cap designs and orders all the caps and what have you. So she does a remarkable job, and she just brings in, like this one that I've got on now, it's bowel cancer, and it's their bowel cancer colours, and you'll see that some of the others have got the colours of Ronald McDonald House Charities.
It's actually really key. There's a part underneath the visor. I won't ask you to take it off, you're fine, but there's a part under the visor. I think they make them actually very, very unique as well. Yeah. And these are incredibly well sought after. Steve Condell was telling me last night that a limit of 4 per person.
Yeah, usually there's a limit. Yeah. We've just got to try to please as many as we can, but at the same time, we want to be able to run out. We want urgency. I know it disappoints some people, but we really do want to run out of them. Few reasons. One, so people will keep coming back for them, but also next time we've got a different charity and we want to use their colours and have something fresh for people who are supporting us.
And you get people like Steve Condell, like I was at Tumut and we did an interview with him. I caught up with him there, and he said he had a cap on of some description. He goes, hang on. Went off, and he came back with last year's ladies committee hat and made sure it was on, because he's a strong believer in it. And when you get people like him, strong believers, he's a good talker, the message gets out there very well.
Yeah, it sure does. And it's because of the likes of him and all those that back us, especially in media and on microphones and that at different camp drafts, that our brand's grown so, the foundation brand has grown so much, and our community trust what we're doing with our charities. That backed into what Beck said about the work that Tony Hart does with going through the actual charities and choosing the charities is very important. When we stand up there on Saturday, on Super Saturday, and sell the mare and the other products that we've got, and I'll go through those in a minute, we want to have hand on heart that every penny is going to that charity and that there are no funds. We are all self-funded here as well. Nobody gets airline tickets, accommodation, anything like that. We all do chip in and just get here and get on with it and get as much money for those charities.
And Beck, with that, there comes a little bit of a responsibility, and we're going to get onto what everything's got available, so everyone can get there, and we'll get onto the website and that. But you guys also, with the camp drafts, each night you guys have to ride out in front of them on horseback and carry these flags. So there's not just the mentorship and walking around here with the sash on and explaining what you're all about. You've got to go out there and you're on the webcast that gets thousands and thousands of views. You've got to be there and be I suppose, ready and on your best behaviour with your horses, make sure everything goes to plan, and lead them out 4 or 5 times of a night time.
Yeah, we do, yeah. And when we go out there, we're not only representing the Classic Ladies Foundation, we're representing Nutrien, we're representing ourselves, we're representing our associations, and we want to go out there, we're loud, we're proud, this is who we are and this is why we're here, and we're, out there supporting our finalists or our our NCCA riders. There are top 5 riders for all associations that go out there that follow us out, and it's something to really be proud of, and to be out there leading out the finalists for the Open Draft, the Classic Draft, the Stallions. We're at our biggest event of the year, so it's unreal.
It is unreal, and Carolyn, you might not be quite aware of it, but there is one other thing you are doing. You're mentoring young ladies. The young girls will come through and hopefully continue on your job, but you're actually just mentoring them in life, I suppose, and being able to, give them someone else to talk to if they don't, they might not want to talk with people at home or whatever. They've got other people they can talk to about where they're heading in the future.
That's right, and actually Tony Hart mentioned that in our mentoring session yesterday and said to the girls, we're here for you for life. When you do a resume to go for a job interview somewhere else, or you're starting to pick up a charity somewhere else on your own or doing something, you've already got a network of us. The foundation, our girls are all already on your resume if you want them. Just pick up the phone, get a personal resource from them, and you're on your way.
I think it's brilliant. I'm happy to say that this is a take 2. Someone didn't turn the audio on the first one. This is much better than the first one because I found out so much more, and I think it's integral. You guys are known for one part, but mentoring young people, it's so important in life. Full stop.
But it's not only us now either, because we're 4th year, and especially when we have Beck's back for her second and Mariah's back for her second as well. And because some of these young ladies have done it a couple of times, they're mentoring the next ones under that too. And the younger ones aren't looking at us, they're looking at the young ambassadors going, look at them out there, why can't we do that? I'd like to be able to do that. And so hopefully those 14 to 16 year olds, 14 to 18 year olds are looking, and they'll be the next 10 years of young ambassadors.
It is incredible, isn't it? I don't know if you actually realise it or not, but I just think it's just a brilliant program, and I think well done to you. Now, there is always raising money for charity, and there is a lot going on. You've got a lot of people that help you out, and you've got to try and remember everyone. If she forgets anyone, we've got to cut you some slack because you are going to do a lot of this through your head. But you've got to say a big thank you just to everyone that actually donates. I know I did a thing with Troy Welsh earlier. He donates a saddle every year. There's so many other people around that do donate stuff. So we've got to say a big thank you even if you forget them. But it's huge, and that helps us raise so much money every year.
It does, and I'm sure people are aware of just how much money we do raise. We've raised over $600,000 in this is our 7th year, so 6 years that we've been going. We do have a couple of other little arms that we use throughout the year. We've got a women in camp drafting we do, and a men in camp drafting. Different concepts. It's another interview, another day. Love to talk to you about it. But our big, we've got awesome donors, and really to start with Super Saturday with our auction. So Bulla Silent is a stock horse mare that's been donated again by the Ruff family. The Mark and Shelley Ruff have been very generous to us right through this and donated a horse. There's been a couple of other horses along the way as well, which we're really, really pleased and proud to have had. And then Super Saturday, we've got One More Daddy service fee. We've got we've got XL Seaman package, Wazza cows there. One More Daddy, very important now, One More Daddy. So that's Super Saturday, and it raises us a heap of money doing that. The caps are always just well sought after. I've got one on my head, there's a few others here. So they go on sale at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. There'll be a queue. There'll be a big queue. We hope we've got enough to satisfy as many people as we can, but they're so popular, and we've got collectors. We have one of the lasses was here before. She's from the Northern Territory. She said, I think I've missed 2. And we've had 40. It is. And I know one girl down in Gippsland who's got the whole lot. Yeah, so they're just sought after and collector's items now, and it's just so great that they're all getting behind supporting these charities that we choose. Yeah,
it is, and I think those people even that are collecting them probably shows a little bit other because they're putting a lot of money into it as well, especially they've got 40 of the hats. I think that is really, really key. Beck, the 2 charities this year, because I said it rotates every year, Bowel Cancer is one of them, and Ronald McDonald House. Yeah, it is. Ronald McDonald House and Bowel Cancer Australia. So, look, I think Julie McNaughton and I were on the stand just here before, and we were talking about how Ronald McDonald House in particular, we probably don't realise how many people it's actually
in our Camp Dove community, how many people have used Ronald McDonald House, and when you get talking to people and getting chatting to different people here, there, and out on the hill and whatnot, they've helped so many people within our Camp Dove community. So it's really, really nice to be able to give back. And as a young mum, I haven't had to use it at the moment, but I've got a lot of friends that have, and it's really, really nice to give back to someone like that and a charity like that.
It is indeed, and we're a little bit older. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of friends that have had stays there and things like that, and it's incredible what they do. I always just assumed it was just in Victoria, but obviously it's Australia-wide.
No, Australia-wide, and so our very first one was actually, we approached Gail Shan and said, after her horrific accident all those years ago, and said, who would you like to donate the fund? What charity should we look at? And she was actually standing with another fellow who'd had a bad accident, and she turned to him and said, who helped you get out of your situation? And he said, Care Flight. And Gail said, we'll do Care Flight. And that was one of the first two charities that we did the first time round. So normally the charities that we do look at are people in our community that have come to us and said, hey, could you have a look at this charity? Would it be worthwhile? So that's when Tony gets in and has a look to see. And then others are ones that have touched our own heart. So as Beck was just saying, and you said, friends that have used Ronald McDonald's House. Julie McNaughton was a great one for this because she had been at 17, 20 or whatever, some very young, in the palm of her hand. And she was at Ronald McDonald House a lot for many, many months. So that was her push to do Ronald McDonald House. And then we've got some girls on our foundation that have been touched with different cancers and things like that, and bowel cancer is one of those.
You're saying that last year with the floods and everything else like that, sometimes it's something that might unfortunately pop up, and that's one of the reasons why you get behind it.
Yeah, for sure. So if we all remember that 2019, there were those terrific floods in Queensland, and it was while this event was on, and unfortunately a lot of the wives were at home because the boys are down here selling and they're home with their kids and that, but all through that northern Australia area was just flooded. It was cold. Cattle were dying of pneumonia. It wasn't necessarily the flooding, it was the pneumonia. And all those, I think they always said we've lost all our sevens, so that stamp, those cattle born in 2017, gone. So that means that when they went to sell those cattle, get that cash flow in that year, none there, because they'd lost all that cattle. So we couldn't do anything in 2019 because we'd already got our charity set, but the very next fundraiser we did was straight to Rural Aid.
I think that's enormous. I think it's great. Obviously, it helps a lot of people here, so I think it's great. I think what you guys are doing is enormous. People buy raffle tickets. There's a huge raffles. There's ride-on mowers. There's lots of things on offer. How do they get about buying the raffle tickets? Can they get them online?
Yep, they sure can. Come to the stand or online at the classicladiesfoundation.com.au.
classicladiesfoundation.com.au. I'll put that across the bottom. Give myself a little bit of work because I might have taken up your time twice, but that's all right.
I don't charge much.
I'm not going to thank either of you. I'm not going to thank either of you guys. As one, I'm going to thank the Classic Ladies Foundation and all, because you guys are just here, and two people that come up on front of the microphone. It is a joint effort, and I think well done to you all. And I think it's great what you're doing. Good luck tonight. Don't drop the flag because I'll be watching.
I won't, I promise.
But it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. Well done for everything that you're doing. I think it's awesome. And please, the website's there on the bottom. Even if you don't want to buy a raffle ticket, you just want to donate, just donate. There'll be a button there that people can follow. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Paul.
Better.